sensilar. We can use it with a sensilar, the 2-channel, 4-channel sensilar, or sensilar plus. One thing that's important, you know the smart sensor, you put it in and it says the gas name, that's a smart sensor. You put it in here and the sensilar sensor says sensilar ammonia. But if you connect this to a sensilar controller, see the name sensilar, the information is sent and designed to program this automatically, like we just showed you. But you cannot take a sensilar transmitter and put it in a facility and plug in ammonia sensor. It will say ammonia on the transmitter, but it won't send a signal to their controller if they don't have, you have to have a sensilar controller to recognize the signal from the sensilar or from the sensilar plus transmitters. The sensilar plus will send the gas name, alarm set points, to the sensilar controller. But the model 9000 2-channel and the model 16-channel, the model 7100 16-channel controller, they don't say sensilar controllers, they just say the model. So you must have a sensilar controller if you want the data from the transmitter to automatically configure and program the name of the gas on the controller. This is the only controller that will accept that signal. They all accept the reading, the concentration, but those other controllers, you have to, when you first set it up, you have to type A, you have to program this channel 1 to be ammonia, A, M, M, enter, one time. And then every time you plug it, the signal will accurately read, but it doesn't automatically recognize the gas type unless you have a sensilar controller and sensilar transmitter. This is still an available product, very popular. It has relays for each channel. 3 relays, 3 relays, 3 relays, 3 relays, and 1 common fault relay. That's 13 relays at a great value. To get controllers with individual relays from competitors, those are optional add-ons. And this is under $2,000. And it also comes available with a strobe light on top for an additional, I think it's about $150 more. List price. So let's break for Sensilar Plus. It comes just with a transmitter that's held in place with these screws, nice wheels, and once you sell your first big project, you'll probably want one of these. And it looks like this. Okay, we have the backlit displays, always on. You don't turn it on and off, but it's only available in 3-wire versions, the backlit display. No additional cost. There are 4 control buttons, accessed or operated with a magnetic wand via a non-intrusive interface, meaning you don't have to open the instrument to put a screwdriver in or to touch any buttons. You do it through the glass with a magnetic wand. 4 controls. One is an OK or an enter button. There's a go back button, and there's an up and down button to scroll through the menu. So we'll touch the first button, the OK, it shows the menu. Then we use the down button to go on to test on demand. It's a calibration mode. Nope. We'll go to, down is on the right, I'm sorry. There's a maintenance mode. There's a data review mode. Here's a test on demand mode. That's what we want to select. So up on top is the OK button. And test on demand, it gives me 2 options. 4 to 20 milliamp not active or 4 to 20 milliamp active. If you select not active, when you operate the test on demand, it inhibits the 4 to 20 milliamp from outputting a signal to the control room. So you won't trip any alarms. And that's a good feature, because if you test it and you don't tell the people in the control room and you generate gas, it's going to trip alarms and people are going to evacuate. It'll be a false alarm. That's never wanted. So the other option is 4 to 20 milliamp active, where you call the control room and they actually are part of the test. They want to see that their controllers and their factory horns work. They say, everybody at 12 o'clock noon, we're going to test on demand. We're going to test the factory alarm system. So ignore the horns for the next 10 minutes. And then you can test it on demand with a 4 to 20 milliamp signal to the controllers active. It's just 2 little options. I just leave it where it is, but you use the up or down button on the bottom to select either. I'm going to use it not active, and I'm going to hit the top left button, which is OK. And it says test on demand in progress, live. And the reading right there, it says 0. It's very small. And so what now, the instrument is telling the test-on-demand cell to generate some gas. And it takes, depending on the age of the cell and the intensity that is set, you can also set the intensity of the gas. It could take anywhere from 20 seconds to maybe 45 seconds before the sensor starts to respond to the gas. So, test on demand in progress. So I'm still waiting. I didn't test this before I came. I just took it right out of the spare office, but let's see. That's how it's supposed to work. Do you understand, everybody?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Not for now.
So see, this is the purpose of test on demand.
No.
You do it, and if it doesn't work, then you know you'll have either
Bye.
it's working. It says TOD pass. You see that? But that's the principle of what I was saying. If it didn't work, then it's telling us that we have a problem. We need to check. But what it's doing now is telling us it's passed. Test on demand, TOD pass. Live reading 10. And that's all I want to know. I know that my gas generator generated gas and my sensor responded to it. And now I can get out of it and go on to my next one and say it's working. I might record, it took about 10 seconds to start. And the next time I test it, I might say, it took about 10 seconds to start. And the next month I might test it, it took about 10 seconds to start. I might develop a trend, an understanding, knowing the unit takes about 10 seconds to start. It's working the way it normally does. But if you ever come to it and say, well, the last 5 times about 10 seconds, this time took about 35 seconds, then you can think, well, maybe next time it won't work. Maybe I should order a spare sensor. Or maybe I should calibrate. But this is all good information.